everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well and having a great day. So with it being the summer holidays, I thought this would be the perfect chance to jump in and give you a mum hacks video or just general life hacks. 15 of which I think you're going to really enjoy, and it's things that I do that I find are really helpful, and that if you don't already do these and you start doing them, you will absolutely love them. So this is 15 tried and tested hacks I wanted to share with you. If you haven't already met me before, then welcome. My name's Ash and I've got two kids. Ella's 8 and Charlie's 6, so they are still quite young, and right now they're off on school summer holidays. So these are things that I'm finding really helpful, just kind of generally, but also specifically to the summer holidays. So let's jump into it. There's 15 to share and I really hope that you enjoy seeing them. So let's go for the first tip, which is a tip for the mums. If you wear makeup and you like light coloured clothes, especially in the summer, you're going to love this one, because I love simple outfits, even just jeans and a white t-shirt, or even like little white shirts, but I absolutely can't stand when my makeup transfers onto the tops. Now this absolutely safeguards them, and it's such a good one. So all you have to do is take some hairspray and spray it onto the neckline of any of your white clothes or light coloured clothes, and it stops the transfer of your makeup. This doesn't even need to be necessarily just for white clothes. Even coloured clothes, black clothes, your makeup can still show up on it. So all you want to do is take hairspray. I use this one here by Schwarzkopf. It's the Got to Be Freeze Hold, but I'm pretty sure you could use any one. I spray it on the neckline of my clothes and let it dry while I get ready, and then when I put my clothes on later, it really helps to safeguard the clothing from getting transferred from my makeup. For me, this is such a good tip because it makes me feel clean and tidy, knowing that the neckline of my clothes don't look grubby, and it also helps my clothes to last longer because sometimes makeup stains just don't come out. Tip number 2 I've seen all over social media and it definitely works. This is when you change your bin bag. You want to take your bin liner, pull it into the shape of an umbrella, and it gets the bin bag straight to the bottom of your bin. This is so good when you're changing over your bin bags because it means that you can see how much you can tuck under and you're getting the full capacity of the bin bag every single time. Obviously my kids are older, but there is 2 of them, and when they're drawing and they're colouring in, pens can kind of be everywhere. They've got these lovely pens that they use with all different shades, but they came in this really nice holder. The only thing is the pen lids tend to go everywhere. They lose them, they lose track of where they are, and also my dog likes to find them and chew them to bits. So then it means I've got a pen that's going to definitely dry out, and it's such a waste of money to start replacing those things. So this is actually really good for keeping things tidy and organised, but also saving money because you don't ever lose your pen lids and your pens dry out, and that is by gluing the pen lids to some kind of holder. Like I say, our pens came with a holder, so it's really good for keeping them organised. So I've just glued the lids for the pens to the holder, so it means that all they have to do is pull the pen straight out, the lid stays in the holder and it comes right off, and then they can start to colour in and pop the pen back in its place, knowing that the lid has stayed where it was. Now if you don't have a pen holder, you could always improvise and use a lipstick holder. You can get them for places like Poundland and Primark, Home Bargains, places like that. I'm sure you can find some on Amazon as well, and all you have to do is just glue down, using a glue gun, the little lids to the inside of the holder, and it means you know exactly where those lids are going to be later on. I think this is the ultimate summer hack, especially for this offer that I've got. This is going to save you time, money, effort, meal planning, headspace, all of the above. Definitely saving your sanity this summer, and that is because HelloFresh have got an amazing offer where you're getting 60% off your first box ordered with them, and thereafter you automatically get 25% off your next 2 months. That's your next 8 boxes sorted. So it means the whole summer long you don't even need to think about what are we having for dinner. Is that not just an absolute dream? It's so good. And not only that, HelloFresh is such great value for money when you actually break it down into your meals and how much they cost per person. Even without the discount code, it's incredible. So definitely something that you guys know I've been using over the years and absolutely love. There's so many favourites I've got, but also on top of that, there's other meals that you can choose from every single week. Such a variety. You've got quick meals for people who just don't have the time, your lower calorie meals that are restricted in your calories if you're someone who's just been careful with calorie counting. You've also got vegetarian, you've got street food with a little bit of a difference, you've also got your family favourites, so things the kids are going to enjoy. It just goes on and on. The recipe cards are so amazing to follow, and I've said this for a number of years now. HelloFresh has definitely helped me grow into myself when it comes to cooking. I actually think it's given me a lot more confidence. I don't think I was a particularly amazing cook when I left and fled the family home, but now because I've been using HelloFresh for all these years, I feel like it's given me a real good grasp and knowledge of how to actually cook. The great thing about HelloFresh is you go on the app, You can use the link in my bio to go and click to get any more info on this. And then when you go through it, it'll ask you how many people you're feeding and how many days you want to purchase for. Then you get to go and pick your meals, which is the best part. You can browse through the menus, see what it looks like, and that's the thing as well, you do get a visual so you can see exactly what meals you're going to be buying. So you can discuss with your kids, your other half, whatever you want to do to see what you guys can agree on to have that week. And then when you come home that day that you plan to have your HelloFresh box delivered, even if you're not home, they will leave it on your doorstep. And the great thing is, everything is packed so that it keeps it fresh. So you've got huge big ice blocks in there, keeping everything fresh and making sure that it's going to be amazing for when you then eat it and make it for your dinner. So as I say, I've got a discount code. It's READ60 and that will get you 60% off your first box. And then thereafter that, you automatically get 25% off your next 8 boxes, which is 2 months covered. Especially when you come back your holidays, I think it's such a good hack to make sure you order that for when you come home so that you make sure you've got all your meals for the week. And the good thing is, don't feel tied to it. If you have got holidays booked in as well, you can make sure that you skip your weeks so that you don't get anything ordered for you the next week. So very, very easy to follow. You can cancel, skip anytime, so it's really, really good. The meals are delicious, the food is great, and I just love the service overall. So definitely go and check it out if you haven't already. It is the ultimate summer hack and definitely gives you a big massive tick on your to-do list this summer. Click the link below in my description box, and as I say, I've got the code, it's READ60, and that'll get you 60% off your first box and then 25% off your next 8 boxes. Of course, with it being summer holidays, I imagine the kids, if they get the good weather, are going to be outside quite a lot, and with them being outside always comes the chance of them falling and hurting themselves. So we do go through quite a lot of plasters, unfortunately. But one of the things I find really frustrating about plasters, especially on hands, you tend to find the plasters are not flexible on their fingers. So if your kids ever get a cut on their finger, the best way to put a plaster on is to actually make a little incision at each side of the plaster and sort of lattice each edge of the plaster over so that it's got a little bit more flexibility and more grip. This is such a simple little hack, but definitely one to save for future and pass on to your friends. I know that my kids are going to try and eat me out of house and home this summer. They're always looking for a snack, but I think it's also important to not let them totally run crazy with that idea, and actually giving them some boundaries is a really good idea. So I am going to introduce to my kids this summer the snack box, and basically each of them will get a little tiny box to pop in maybe a packet of crisps or party rings or something like that, and a bit of fruit and their drink for the day. And that means that if they're looking for something, they don't need to come asking me for a snack. They can go to the snack box, and it gives them a little bit of responsibility of going, right, if I have all my snacks just now, I've got nothing for later on, or I could hold those off for later on and have them after dinner. So it's a really good way of getting them to be a bit more involved in what they're having to eat that day, and it also stops them coming and asking me every 2 seconds if they can have a snack, and means I can also keep a track of what they're having. Talking about food, I actually think that I've been doing this wrong my whole life, and that is straining rice and pasta from the pot. I always assumed you took the pot of water with your rice or your pasta in it and put it into your colander or your sieve, let the water drain through, and then whatever's left in there is ready to go, it's ready to eat. But actually, you're meant to do it the other way around. You're actually supposed to cover your pot with your sieve, tip the water out, and almost use the sieve like a bit of a lid on top of the pot. This way the water drains from the pasta or the rice or whatever you're using easily, and all the items remain inside the pot. Such a good idea, so simple. I don't know why I'd ever thought about it the other way around, but I love this idea, and I think it's something that going forward is just going to be second nature. Our kids really love to have honey on their pancakes in the morning, but the one thing I find frustrating about measuring honey is that it always sticks to the spoon. So a really good hack that I found online is if you take a tiny little bit of cooking oil and rub it on the measuring spoon that you're using, it makes the honey completely glide off, and you'll get an exact measured portion of honey anytime you need to use it in cooking. It is such a good tip, and one that I found has been so helpful when I've been cooking. With the summer holidays, it's always good when you've got kids' birthday parties to go to, because it gives them something to do. And luckily for my two, they've actually got quite a lot this summer. But one little tip that I do have for birthday parties, especially kids' birthday parties where there's bags everywhere and you worry about things falling out of gift bags, is to fasten it this way. So what you want to do is take your handles for your gift bag and pass those little almost shoelace like tips through the opposite holes on each side. Then when you pull nice and tight, the bag completely closes over and nothing can come out it. This is the way I've been sealing all my gift bags ever since I found out this trick. It looks quite difficult, but it's actually so easy. Now that you know how to do it, I bet you do it for every single gift bag that you ever put stuff in. Hopefully with the good weather, we'll be able to get out and about and go for picnics and take the kids out to the park for the day. And one thing I find is such a good hack to have and to know is to use your insulated water bottles, you know, the metal ones, or your insulated food containers to put your ice lollies in. This is an amazing hack, and honestly, whoever discovered this and put it out on social media first, you're a genius. How have we never thought of this before now? It's actually amazing. Put your ice lollies, your ice creams, whatever it is that you can fit inside there, take it out with you for the day. You can actually do this the opposite way around. I've never tried this one before, but if you were to take a flask, fill it up with boiling water and pop hot dogs, and you can take a hot lunch out with the kids when you go for a picnic and just take your rolls and your tomato ketchup and you've got them a hot lunch. It's such a good trick and so easy to do. With us having a lot of family over in the summer holidays and other kids over for play dates, sometimes we tend to buy the big massive packs of share bags of crisps and sweets, and a really good way of sealing these over when they're not finished is using the extra clips that are on your skirt and trouser hangers. We have tons of these hangers and we don't often use them all because I usually tend to fold trousers and skirts and shorts and put them in drawers. If you've got any extra hanging clipped hangers, then you can just slide the clips off of each side and use these as food bag clips, and they're really strong, so definitely don't throw them out the next time that you're having a wardrobe clear out. Look for those little clips and save them downstairs in your kitchen. For the most part, I do decant a lot of our cereals and dry foods into my big mason jars because I just think it looks really good and I can see exactly what I've got. But sometimes we will have like some overstock, I suppose you would call it, that we have in a different cupboard that we can use to fill up again. But I don't want that stuff getting soggy, so here is my tip for making sure that the box is completely sealed. Basically what you have to do is tuck in the 3 sides of your box, clamp at each side so you make a seam, and then one of the flaps will tuck in perfectly to almost make like a carton shape. This is perfect for making sure that your cereals are contained and sealed, and also if you've got little fingers around your house, it means that no one is going to go into your cupboards and be able to easily knock all that stuff over and make a mess. And of course, with having more friends and family around, I'm sure like most of you, you want people to come in and think your house feels clean and tidy and smells fresh. So here are a few tips for keeping your house clean and tidy and feeling fresh for when you have visitors over. Tip number 1 is dryer sheets. I use tumble dryer sheets in my cushions, but yeah, basically I take my tumble dryer sheets, usually in the scent Spring Awakening, and I slide one of them into each of my cushions. It means every time you sit down you sort of smell the fragrance of the cushions and they smell fantastic. Especially having a dog at home, I'm always really paranoid about the smell of my house, so this is a really good way of making sure that it smells fresh and the living room feels tidy. Another little tip, you can use your fabric softener mixed with a little bit of warm water on a cloth and rub this across your radiators. This just brings a really nice scent into your home and it honestly smells fantastic. It's like freshly dried laundry and it's such an amazing scent to have throughout your home. And a final little tip that I have is by putting essential oil on the cardboard of your toilet rolls. This means that you're not having to constantly go into your bathroom, spray an air freshener, or even having plug-ins and all that kind of thing around. If you just put a few dots of essential oil on the cardboard tube of your toilet papers, it makes your bathroom smell incredible. Definitely an easy one to do and something you can do and then never think about it again. So guys, I really hope that you enjoyed seeing all of these hacks that I've shared with you. Remember to go ahead and click the link in my description box to make sure you're sorted this summer and you don't have to go and do your dinner food shopping. It's such a good hack to make sure you've got your HelloFresh ahead of time, especially when they're covering you for that 2 months. Give yourself the gift of time by having all of that ordered ahead of time, delivered to your door. No meal planning, no food shopping, no sorting out what we're having for dinner. It's all delivered straight to your front door and so easy to put it all away. And then even at night time, it can give you and the kids something to get involved with where they can follow through the steps and you can make dinner together. So yeah, make sure you take advantage of that because it won't be around for long. I'll leave all the details in my description box, but it's something I think for me has totally taken a weight off my shoulders this summer that I don't even need to think about that. Dinner is sorted. I give myself a couple of flexible days at the weekend to see family and friends or go out for dinner, and I know that every other day of the week I've got my meals sorted. Thank you so much for watching guys. I really hope you enjoyed this. Let me know if you want another hacks video in the future and I will see you very soon. Bye guys.